Hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna be reviewing some videos by this guy called Masood Boomgaard. It's this Indian sort of spiritual comedian. I'm sure that some of you have seen his videos already.
Don't force yourself to work if you don't want to work. Trying to force yourself to work when you don't want to work is like trying to force a shit. It will only bring you pain. Instead of forcing.
It's true, you should never force yourself to do anything. Work is just one example. If somebody calls you lazy, then they are the slave because they believe that you should be working. Lazy just means not wanting to work, by the way, which nobody does.
Take a break, relax, and breathe. And when you are ready, try again. But if it is still not happening, then just fucking chill.
It's true again, of course. I think that a lot of people like his videos because besides the obvious reasons as to why it's funny, he also just speaks the truth. And because the truth is not said a lot in our societies today, it's refreshing for people to hear it.
Fuck your phone battery. Let the fucking phone die. Fuck all of the notifications and all of the fucking endless pings. You do not need a fucking charger. A dead phone is freedom.
Again, it's sort of funny because it's true. He just does it in a funny way.
Embrace the freedom. No calls, no texts, no bullshit. The world can wait. You do not exist.
Phones, especially if it has to do with work and stuff like that, do really tie you down, bind you to the system. Because if you go out into nature and you don't have a phone, you just realize that there's not this constant force or whatever you want to call it, these people trying to reach you or make you do something, or you feel like you gotta do this and that, even though you don't. But it's just a way to control your mind, sort of.
To respond. The silence is sacred. The emptiness is bliss. If it is important, they'll fucking figure it out. But for now, unplug, disconnect, and reclaim your fucking life. Fuck your phone battery. That is all.
Yeah, again, that's why people like his videos. It's just the truth spoken in a sort of funny way.
Work-life balance is bullshit. There should be no balance. Life is way more important than work. If you are working nearly as much as you are living, then you are fucked. Fuck the work-life balance. Embrace work-life imbalance.
Again, of course, true. That's easier said than done for most people, seeing as you're enslaved and you believe that you need to work. Technically, you could easily go and live in nature, but there's all kinds of rules and whatnot, or some kind of off-grid community. Technically, it's all doable, but yeah, it can be very tricky nowadays. Plus, you're so used to the system also.
Work less, live more. That is all.
Yeah, again, well said. Of course, it's true.
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow. Not every bad day can become a good day. Some days are fucked and cannot be unfucked. When you have a day that is fucked beyond repair, that is the universe speaking to you, sending you a message. Listen to the universe. Go home. Save your energy. Tomorrow is another day. For now, just fucking chill.
It's not bad advice. Whatever happens in your everyday life, if it's bad, feels bad, then you simply go and chill. And most of the stuff that happens to you in the slave system really isn't even relevant. Let's say that at work, for example, because he talks about that a lot, somebody says that you're not doing your job well. Some nonsense, irrelevant stuff. Let's say that your boss says that to you, or you were 20 minutes late. There is no time. Time doesn't even exist. The job is irrelevant. It's all in your head anyway. This whole life that we are living in the slave system is an illusion. It's all in your imagination. There's no time, there's no appointments, there's no time when you need to start your job. You cannot even be late for a job. There's nothing that you need to do at the job. It's simply another human being telling you that you should be doing that, but there's actually no requirement to do it. If you don't do it, then they fire you. But if you don't get fired, then you work for non-existent money. Just pieces of paper with symbols on it, which you imagine has worth. Or you get numbers on your bank account, some symbols, and you think, oh, that's money. Yeah, that's money. This is money. Look, it is 0. 0 means 1 million. Oh, look. And all of these little things, that's money. It's the same thing. You just imagine something in your head. So your whole life is completely an illusion, an imagination. Everybody is working for nothing. As some people probably get some real stuff, but that's 0.01% of the people. Most people on earth work for absolutely nothing. They just imagine the work itself, that they have to do it, and then what they get in return is also in their imagination.
Hello, my name is Self-Help Singh, international life coach, motivational speaker, and best-selling author of the book, Do Nothing. Do nothing. There is no purpose or meaning to find in life. So just exist and do nothing.
I don't know what he means by do nothing. Maybe the same as some other people who say don't work. Don't do anything in this man-made system that people tell you that you should do, because obviously when you want to pee, when you want to reproduce, blah, 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 obviously you do that because you naturally want to do that. When you want to eat. So he doesn't actually mean don't eat or don't reproduce. What he means is don't do what other people tell you to do in the system, because the other stuff we just naturally love to do. So he's basically saying don't do what you don't want to do, which is a great recommendation. That's what most people mean by do nothing. If somebody comes up to you and says, oh, you did nothing all day, what they mean is you didn't do what you don't want to do. As in, you didn't go to school, you didn't work, you didn't do a workout, you didn't train, you didn't do all of the stuff which you hate doing. But if you eat, you reproduce, and everything that we naturally want to do, then it's as if you did nothing, which is nonsense, because actually you did the most meaningful things. It's the best you could possibly do. If you go for a hunt, you're doing the best you possibly can.
Stop waking up early. Life is shit. So sleep through as much of it.
Well, life in this slave society where you need an alarm clock to function in the system is shit. Yeah. So I think that that's what he's again referring to.
As possible. 5 a.m. club, bad idea. 11 a.m. club, much better idea. Stop doing the things you don't want to do. Make the excuses. Avoid the work commitments, the friend get-togethers, the family gatherings if you so wish. Make the excuse book and fill it with excuses. Keep the excuses ready for the boss, for the wife, for the friends.
Again, it's all about just not wanting to function in the system. Also, he said an 11 a.m. alarm clock instead of a 5 a.m. alarm clock. Obviously, ideally, just none at all.
Say no to the Teams meetings, to the TikTok. Say no to the exercise. Say no to the diet.
Oh, say no to the exercise. Exactly, yeah. That's also something you don't want to do. And if you don't do it, people would say you did nothing, which is, nonsense.
Eat whatever the fuck you want. Soon you will.
It's also not really wrong, except that you should eat whatever you want, which is natural, yeah.
Be dead. So what difference is it making? Stop listening to what people say about you. Stop chasing the perfect summer body. Whether you are fat or thin, haters will hate. And soon your haters will also die. hopefully in the most horrific manner. Joking, not joking. Oh, I am by joking. Do the least.
It's funny because this reminds me of this video that I made. The number one recommendation that I would give to most people on earth, or whatever I called it, it was me saying exactly this, that people will die around you. You will also obviously die. Everybody will die. You just have to realize that you really have to live in the moment and do your best right now, because the older you get, the more you will realize that all of the people that you watch online, your family members, especially because of how sick people are today, they will all just be disappearing around you, and you will realize that it could easily be you, and that you should just be living your life to the fullest, whatever age you are at right now.
Least amount of work without getting fired. Nike.
Yeah, exactly. Do the least amount of work without getting fired. Yeah. If you're enslaved at the job anyway. Yeah, that's what I always did. Try to take breaks and hide somewhere and just chill whenever you can. Yeah, do the least amount possible.
Say, just do it. Self-help sing say, just do nothing. Release yourself of obligation and responsibility and just do nothing. Everything you think you need to do was done before you and will be done after you. So stop doing. You do it best when you do nothing at all. You are not special. You are not unique creation. The world is fucked and you cannot unfuck it. So just do you and do nothing. Stop spending your days searching for the meaning of life, for that is the most futile exercise. You will die one day just as confused as you are now. So be happy with what and who you are. As my good friend Farooq Freddie Mercury once said, nothing really matters. So do nothing.
As I said before, what he means by do nothing, whether he realizes it or not, is that you shouldn't be doing what you don't want to do, which is great advice. It's just that most people grow up in the system. They don't understand that life could be any other way, which is why they believe that they need to work, wake up at a specific time. Time doesn't even exist. It's all in your head. The work is also, they believe that you need to put on this uniform and act as if you're something or somebody else. You're just playing a role. Your job title, what you believe that you are, some kind of officer, it's all in your head. You're just acting. Your job doesn't even exist. Your job title, whatever you believe that you're doing, they're acting. It's the same as being in a theater or part of a movie, because your whole life is essentially a movie. Your whole life is fake, that you need to dress a certain way. If you're a guy, you need to cut your hair short because you're so afraid of what people will think about you. In case you didn't know, men only cut their hair because of fear. It's all about conforming and always just doing something to appear normal in slavery, which is actually you being abnormal. Doing nothing really just means not doing all of the stuff which you don't want to do anyway. And if you do nothing, if you live naturally, you eat whatever you want to, ideally if the food is natural, you sleep as long as you want to, naturally, because your body needs rest. As much as it needs, it doesn't matter. The better you eat, the less it will need. If you don't work, you just live in nature, or you're homeless. That's why most of them have long hair, seeing as they just don't give a shit anymore. All of these people are seen as abnormal because they do nothing, which is actually them living naturally. A typical human being in nature would be seen as somebody who does nothing, who is lazy, because they never do what they don't want to do. You're not going to be able to force them to work, to wake up at a specific time, because you can't talk them into doing that. How can you talk somebody in nature into waking up at 5 a.m.? Why would they do that? They wouldn't understand your slave mentality. It's the same way people see so-called homeless people today. Basically, it's just people who are sick of the system and they want to live naturally. But because they are stuck in a city, you still see them. It's kind of like sort of natural people living in the city, which is why, of course, they drink a lot of alcohol and get addicted to all kinds of drugs and whatnot. Yeah, there's obviously all kinds of reasons behind it. It's not a black and white topic, but they kind of also do nothing because the slave is seen as somebody who does a lot because he's a good slave. So he does what he's supposed to do. And all of these people in nature and people who try to live off grid and whatnot, they all do nothing because they just sleep as long as they want to, they eat, reproduce, and that's all that there is to life. Because what do you need in your life? You need sunlight also, of course. They are, of course, out in the sun more. You need good sleep, shelter, family, love, food. Just food, shelter, love, family. What else does a human being need? And today it's basically all seen as doing nothing. And that's why these videos are funny to people, because when he says all of this, it seems like he's speaking the truth, which he is for the most part. Thanks for watching.